Right. Thank you, Honorable Deputy Minister, Directors of Protocol. We thank you very much for granting us this audience. And we hope that whatever we are going to discuss will be fruitful for our nation. Like I said earlier, we have Praxis Africa, they are based in the US. Then we have Atman, they are based in Canada. We have the interest to organize such a process, to bring all the thinkers together, find how best they can help to promote entrepreneurship. Yeah, so the purpose of our meeting today is in twofold. One, we're going to talk about the first annual conference, and then two, we're going to talk about the function. So I'll start with the annual conference. It says that the first annual conference on developing local governance capacity to promote partnership and foster entrepreneurship. And then the farm channel multimedia to showcase local governance, local government and rural initiatives as a complement to the better government. So I will start with the conference, the issue of the conference. Right now, we are proposing to bring together leading thinkers and practitioners who are changing communities and cities in Ghana, the African continent, and all over the world. Areas of focus will include developing entrepreneurship, local and regional leadership, and building partnership for success. We all know that for a community to develop, we need to get more than one player to be able to make it possible. So in this way, we're thinking about networking, and then the ideas that have been successful in different parts of the world. Like I said earlier on, the whole team is going to be organized by Praxis Strategy. And this is what they do in the US. They help communities and rural areas to grow by bringing thinkers together so that everybody will contribute his quota. When I say thinkers, I will cite an example of what happens in Valencia last week. We were there last week and the farmers were complaining that when they do the farming, they don't have people to come and buy them. But then the idea is that there are also people who are there looking for yam and they don't know where to get the product from. So by bringing all these people together, one will know that, okay, if I go to this website or if I contact this company or if I call on this consultant, he will be able to link me to whoever is interested in what I'm planting. And then secondly, you're also telling the farmers that before you even think of clearing your land, the first thing that has to come to your mind is where to market it. And for you to identify where you have to market your product before you even start, then you have to think of the quality of the product. And then how you're going to package it in the first place. Does it fit the person who is going to buy it, the criteria that they have? So all these things, we need to bring ideas together to find out where you can get all these things, ideas. That is why we think that if we are able to bring at least 300 people under one roof, we decide to do the government sector and then the service sector. So 150. So that we will brainstorm, network, and find solutions to how best we can help develop the local economy. Developing a local economy goes with so many things. It could be infrastructure, it could be value addition to whatever product that particular community has. As I speak to you now, the West Africa Agriculture Productivity Program is helping farmers to go for the new improved cassava variety. But then if you don't have this network, or if you don't belong to any of this network, or if you don't organize conferences of such nature, people will not know what is going on where. And then most people, these days there is radio all over the place, so people just pick phone and start talking without knowing what is on the ground. So if we don't come together to find out what this particular district is doing, what this particular district is doing, so that if somebody comes, because we always have people who want to go into the district to invest, but if we don't know what they are doing and how they are doing it, it becomes very difficult for you to even know that, okay, if I go to a place like Techiman, I'll have chili pepper to buy. And then the people keep on coming, and then we go back with the money. So we find it interesting to gather these people once a year to find out what is new. Have you been able to be successful for the first meeting that we have? How are we going forward? So that the good work that the ministry is doing, everybody will know it. But then if it is like, okay, you keep on working, you do it flash in the news once, if you are not able to get graphic to win, then that's it. But then if we have constant networking, contacting people, having dialogue, then you know that, oh, if I go to a place like, let's say, Central Region, I can get potato for export. Because people normally come, they have the money, but they don't have the right people to talk to. So if we are able to bring all these districts together, and then we know that district A, this is what is produced there. District B, this is what is produced there. As soon as we get any investor who is interested to do it, then we know where exactly to go. I remember in January we had a similar meeting with Ministry of Trade, and luckily enough, the Honorable Nilan Tibanapa was there, and he said that the best thing you need to do is to contact the Ministry of Local Government so that you can have a platform of all the initiative that is in the district. So that if somebody calls, please, are you in the position to find me how to get mangoes? You just click and then you know where mango is. And then people in the district will also have to know. We have what we call standards. Because you can produce the product all right, but if you don't meet the standard that the buyer is looking for, then you have a problem. So people will have to get all these ideas to be able to develop whatever they are doing in their various communities. I had an email last week. There is this agency in North Dakota, and they want to go into, they want to generate energy from the food stuff that we send to the border and all that. And they are looking for a community to go. If you don't know any district assembly who is capable of getting this kind of resources they are looking for, all what you say is that, okay, I will say or I'll find out. And it makes it difficult for you to identify who needs what at a particular time. So we think that it is very important for us to get all these people together so that it will be easy for us to identify where we have to go when we need what. So that is all about the conference. Then in order not to waste too much of your time, I will jump straight to the farm channel issue. Then if there is a need for me to come back, I will. The farm channel is already existing. We collaborate with Ministry of Food and Agriculture. And then they have given us one of their units, Directorate of Agricultural Extension Services. So for 3 years now, we've been promoting best agricultural practices and improved technologies. So at the moment what we are doing is the new improved cassava varieties. There are about 8 of them. But you realize that some districts are not even aware that such a project is existing. And then sometimes we even struggle to find which district to send what. Because when the project comes, they will say, okay, select about 6 districts and then let's do a demonstration. For you to be able to identify which district grow, let's say cassava, the better, is another problem. So you realize that when we are together and we have that network that meets every other year, we'll be able to identify where there is a problem for solution, where you have to send this and all that. So just recently, that was last year, we were also invited by the Ministry of Fisheries and Aquaculture. We are doing the fisheries enforcement documentaries and all that. We go to the communities, tell them about what they have to do, what they don't have to do. And then sometimes we realize that because there are a lot of radio stations out there, they just pick a phone and call. We saw the police seizing net from the fishermen. It's not like that. We took 6 months to go around all the fishing communities to tell them that if you use monofilament nets, you are catching the small fishes. And if you catch them young, then it means you cannot get people to they won't go to hatch. So you realize that there is always a shortage of fish. So all these things, the district assemblies and wherever they have fisheries industries must know. But then if we don't talk about it, people will not know. So the farm channel is social marketing communication platform for agriculture, food, and rural development. So unfortunately, we've not done anything about rural development for now. But I believe that once we are here today, very soon we will bring proposals out, and then we see how best we can help to push this program. Then when we talk about funding, we are very much aware that every district or every region has its own budget. So if your budget doesn't fit to what they've sent to Parliament for approval, and you write for support, forget it. So what we also do is that for the program to go on at all costs, we look at commercial people who do commercial businesses in the districts that we work. So that if it is about radio or TV program, we can also give you a slot on the show so that you can also advertise whatever you are doing. So we don't put all the burden on the government. So that is how the farm channel operates. We work with GTV and then Admin TV. But the GTV for now, we don't show it because farmers and the people in the rural area, they always complain that the timing, because they give us 4:30 to 5. But then the farmers will be on the farm. So we still dialoguing with them that they give us a very good time to start moving. But on every Thursday, if you have time and you watch multi-TV on Admin, you see the farm channel. And most of the things we talk about is best practices and the things that we don't need to even do. It will surprise you that a farmer doesn't even know how to apply the fertilizer properly. So though they will buy the fertilizer, but at the end of the day, the consequences remain the same. So that is the essence of why we need to constantly educate them about what they have to do so that they can also get video of whatever they are doing. I think so far this is why we are here today to meet people. Once again, I will thank you, but then I will proceed from there. So I think that if I've left anything and somebody has a question to ask, then I'll do the decision. Thank you, Honor.
Thank you very much, boss.
I think the presentation was superb. And you were talking about how to market the products. Going to our communities, we've noticed that now their program is labor. So do you have a way of also linking the communities with their labor requirements?
Right. Like I said earlier on, this program is all about network.
Yes.
So if I will give you an example, that was in the UK, that was 2008. I happened to meet with the then ambassador. And then we had a meeting with the Ghanaian Traders Association and then the Indian Traders Association. What the Indian Traders Association does is that if they are looking for a tonnage of, let's say, they look at where the farmers are and then they will rather fund the farmers and then they buy it off them. So it makes it easier. And what they do is that if it's about, let's say, 20,000 words, they select about 10 shops, grocery shops, because Indian shops is all over the land. So they select about 10, everybody pays 2,000. And then they will have the 20, bring it to the farmers. And then what they are looking for is sovereign guarantee. So that if we give the money to the farmer, are we going to get the product back? So now we see the essence of why we need to get the district assembly and then the district agriculture directly involved. So that if anything is going out or anything is coming in, we know that it's going to the right hands and then everybody is happy. Because we don't want to look at a situation where it will be a 9-day wonder. If we have it for this year, then it means we should try and improve every other year till we get to our destination. So yes, there's a possibility to get the people who will fund labor. For instance, if you go to GIZ now, all what they do is to support value addition. You are how you add value to your product so you can get market for it. So once you've asked, we will note that then I'll keep my people informed and we'll find where we can get funding of that movement.
Not funding per se, but people, I mean labor. I'm talking about manpower or machinery.
When you come to labor, you still need money for the labor.
Do you think there's labor shortage? I think there's availability of labor. Probably is to close the loop. And if I say closing the loop, I'm trying to say, trying to make sure the value chain has closed. In other words, my mother, who actually is a farmer, works on the yam. The yam will be taken by vehicle, get it to somewhere, somebody to buy it, and so that my mother will have the energy, psychological energy to work on her farm to make sure that the produce will end up to the last end of the chain. Labor, I think as a country we have labor. The only problem we have is we don't have we are not able to close the loop, so everyone thinks farming is to be bidi. You get the point. But what I do tell people is we should see farming as a business that makes people rich. China has ordered $5 billion worth of soya bean. I don't know if I mentioned a figure well. If you heard me, I said what? 5 billion worth of soya bean. If 5 billion drops in Ghana today, it will shake our economy like I don't know how to, like a vibrator or earthquake. Because we are talking of $1 billion and 5 of them we have. But everybody has seen farming as to be bidi is for, I mean, some of us who are from the village. So we have to do something.
And when you go to Dodowa, it is a lot of mangoes. Go to someone, you get pineapple. But at the end of pawpaw and pineapple, at the end of the day, instead of adding value, we look at it and it all gets bought. I think that is the way you have to start from the outset. If you can bring in an investor that can those tomatoes.
That's what he's saying.
What I'm saying is that you see, the people are there, but how to identify where, like me, I know there's a guy in Obasi, but somebody coming from the US doesn't know. So if we have that common network, and we know how best, where to tackle when they need be. Because I know that if I'm looking for salt, the best place to go to Adama is if I'm looking for something like maybe tomatoes, I have to go to Akumada. But we need to have a common dialogue so that people will know each other, know what is happening in each part of the country. So that
he has gone beyond what you are saying. He is saying that just directing somebody to go and buy Anka to come and supply or to come and sell in Makola is not what he's saying. What he is saying is that there has to be extra value added to that production being done there. Because you are saying to go, because from what I understood from your presentation, is to make sure the loop closes. So if I go there, that production that is going on there, if they are making 5,000 tons of Anka, somebody can go there, get Anka, process Anka, make it into pulps, container, ankre, more, take it to somewhere, somebody does it, now the one you use, fruit juice, then you pack. That's this thing that way. But I think that is what his presentation was about. That's trying to, simple, just not losing the value chain.
Only the people from the district, but investors too. Because somebody will be interested in pawpaw, somebody will be interested in sugarcane. But then if we are all under one roof for 2 days, we'll be able to know where to tap what from. And then to talk about what Honorable was saying, the investors are there. But then if they come, like I said, if they were here in January, we went to Ministry of Trade. And they said, no, the best place for you to go is to contact Ministry of Agriculture and Ministry of Labor. Because they have access to where the people are. We are only facilitating to make sure that people get the right license, people get the right, follow the right criteria to be able to do whatever trade they want to do. So So what you are asking is one of the main reasons why we're trying to organize this conference, so that everybody will know who is doing what, and how we can do it better.
Thank you, Honor. My this is I want to seek some further clarification on after the conference. Now, maybe if the ministry decides to really talk, he said you can talk to your
we'll do a conference call, so that you talk to the people direct.
At the end of it, take it that the Ministry of Local Government decides to talk with them, and then it ends up into some fruitful discussions. I just want to find out, my uncle sitting down at the village in the Upper West region, how can he assess the what you call it, the clues, the ideas that will come up after the conference? How can my uncle in the village assess that information to apply on his farm and then maybe get his production increase or something? That's what.
So let me answer your question this way. In 2004, I had the privilege to be part of the revitalization of English market towns. And that is where I met these people. So you realize that there's only one person from Ghana who went. But then the information is all over. So it's all about information dissemination. Whatever information goes to whoever is looking for it. And then we're also going to come out with a website where information will be put in there so that people can easily access without traveling. And then we're also thinking of this SMS stuff. But that one is as and when we progress. Because we need to feed people with information all the time. So people walk to our office, we want to buy maybe coffee. And then you sit down and think, where can I buy coffee in Ghana? So maybe you either go to Crops to find out, or you Google to find out, and you might not get the right information as to the person who is coming from the district. So that is why it's very important.
Your uncle will get a benefit because at least somebody knows that the advantage or the production is yam. And he knows he can source it from there. Even to the extent that somebody may pre-finance your uncle to get the farm done and they will buy the product from your uncle. So I think this is how I take it. You raised your hand, Vasila.
Yes, I just wanted to find out that I know there's a farm radio.
Yeah, Farm Radio International
in the system. I don't know how it's linked to what you're doing.
It's like a network. Farm Radio, we all have roles that we play. Right? They go to the field and then organize the farmers and teach them. You understand? And when they teach them, it ends there.
And consider how you can rope it. But they are very powerful force when it comes to in terms of production. They are very, very powerful. But at the same time, we can use them to advantage, especially how the assemblies can use them for the advantage of production. So I just want you to look at it.
So you see that if you haven't given us the chance today, we know that there is an account.
Market queens.
So you see why the network is
the market queens.
Go and ask the politicians. If you don't vote, they don't vote. Okay, so thank you very much, my brother. I think it's such a wonderful presentation. We appreciate the fact that you are involved in the ministry. The minister himself is not around. We're going to communicate whatever you've presented to us to him. Hopefully next week. You can come back for feedback. The directors are here. Director, who is going to report on this? Who? Mr. Obinfosu. Mr. Obinfosu. Please, I think we appreciate partnering you in doing this, especially the conference. And we'll give you the introductory letter. We'll let you go and get it done, okay? Because we want people to at least get value out of farming. On this note, I want to say thank you very much and God bless you.
Thank you very much. Thank you.